we obviously know, man, 2017, you have the injury. But I want to talk, man, a little bit more about the hoodie you got on right there, man. Your Ryan Shazier, Fun for Spinal Rehabilitation. Take us through the inspiration behind it, the work that you guys have currently done, or they've already done, and then the work that you guys are going to be doing going forward as well, man.
Yeah, so I started this fund in, this is 5 years now. I don't know the exact date we started.
Yeah.
It's 5 years now, but I started because of my injury. And a lot of people, when they go through some type of injury, they go through some type of pain, some type of situation, they always look back at why me, what am I going through? They're pretty sad. But when I was going through this situation, I was reading this book at the time, and it was actually called The Traveler's Gift. It's actually a really good book by Andy Andrews. I'm actually reading it again right now.
Shout
and
out.
it just talks about a lot of people when they're going through stuff, they're always saying, why me? But you have to think about it like, why not me? If you're saying why me, then you're basically saying why not you? You know, why you know, so
Yeah, should have been somebody else then type thing. Yeah.
So I was thinking about that, and I was reading Ryan Holiday, The Obstacle's the Way, and I started seeing that it was other people going through the same issues as me, but I was tremendously blessed because of just the resources and the access I had. Like Roger Goodell came to my hospital room. You know how many people would pray for that?
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger, Arthur Moats, Art
Man.
Rooney, you know what I'm saying? Like TJ,
Yo,
everybody.
We was jam-packed in it with you, baby. You already
You
know.
know, facts. But it was just like to have that much access, to have people that really care about you in there. Man, it's a blessing. And I was getting about 2 to 3 sessions of rehab a day. The average person with a spinal cord injury gets max, if you have excellent insurance, it's about 60 sessions of rehab. So,
Whoa.
yeah, so they give the same amount of rehab to a person with a broken wrist as they do a person with a spinal cord injury. So, so that just gives you the, like, that, you know, it just gives you chills, you know. So to me,
especially think of the severity of it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So to me, I just like, man, I started asking questions like, hey, why is Moats not here? I understand people are not going to be there as much as me. I had the opportunity to get extra rehab. But when I would see like, man, he's only here once a week. And then he'll be here once a week or twice a week, but he's done before me too. When I'm saying 60 is the max. Some people have 15,
right,
20,
just based off the insurance,
30,
like you said. Yeah.
So I was blessed with that. So I'm asking like, yo, why is Jeremy not in here right now? Why is Chris not in here? And it was like, man, Ryan's just, some people aren't blessed with the resources. To do that. You know, so I was like, man, all right, so what can they do? Is like the average rehab session is around $500 a session. It's hard for people to make $500 a session. You know, so it was just, I was like, man, what is ways that I can help? And so I talked to some people that I was close to, and I wanted to be able to give back to that community and find ways to bring awareness to it. And now we have the fun. I'm really excited about it. This like you heard this most at the event, but in April we just surpassed giving over $1 million in funds to individuals with spinal cord injury. So
let's go.
We have different programs. One is the Ryan Time, where I talk to somebody individual on the FaceTime or in person, and just kind of uplift them, help them out, just talk to them about whatever is on their mind and whatever they're going through. Then we also have the Golden Window Program. The Golden Window Program is a stipend that we give individuals up to $15,000 to allow them the independence they need. So if they need more rehab, then it's rehab. If they need more, if they need, like, for instance, an elevator in their home, we'll put an elevator in their home. If they need to widen their doors or
things that people don't even think about, you know what I mean? Because, hey, normally, why would I need the widen the door? But if you got wheelchairs, it's like, you got to have that type of access, man. 1,000%, man.
Yeah, because most, I can imagine your kid's room is probably on the second floor.
Yeah.
So there were people that we had to help. Their kids' rooms were on the second floor. but they're in a wheelchair, and they have a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old, or a 10-year-old, not 4-year-old, 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, and he had to be able to make sure that they still went to sleep, make sure that they weren't just acting up out there. So we'll put an elevator in his house so he'll be able to still put his kids to sleep.
Man.
We help people pick different accommodations in their house and their vehicles. So it's just kind of what you deem what you want. For me, I would want a more rehab, but for somebody else, that's allowing them independence to be able to go in their house and help their children go to sleep and just be available.
Yeah.
So it's been a blessing. And then we also have a caregiver network where we help out the individuals and their families, because when somebody has a spinal cord injury, they're not the only one dealing with it. So we just want to make sure that we provide the right resources for them as well, because being a caregiver is just like a parent. It's a full-time job. You don't really get to say, I don't want to do it no more. And most of them don't really have a choice. So
yeah. No, that's real, man. And like you said, just being down there at your event, man, seeing how y'all are, I mean, I saw it was like the van y'all were altering, and then it's like the inside the bedrooms, the different things. So it's like not just so they can live, but they could also enjoy themselves. Like you had different things. Oh, you want to go hiking? Well, this type of wheelchair you use for that. All right, if you want to go do this, all right, we got custom things for this. The basketball wheelchair. I'm like, bro, like that is crazy to me, because you don't even think about it. But then you see the cost of some of that stuff as well. And it's like, man, that's why what you do it is such a dope thing, man. So big time kudos to you, man.
No, I appreciate it. The sad part about it is a person living with a spinal cord injury, within the first year, the costs are normally almost up to $1 million.
That's crazy, man.
Average
person ain't pay that, man.
The average person might not see $1 million in a very long time.
No, seriously, man.
And then,
might take 20 years. Yeah.
For the average person. And I remember I was talking to my mom before. I was like, man, do you think we made $1 million in our lifetime? When I was like a kid, and my mom was like, I don't think so yet.
Yeah.
So
I know my folks.
sis.
I'm with you, like, we ain't seen no Millie.
Yeah, so it's just to think about that, and then over a lifetime, it's over 50%, over 5 million, and then the divorce rate is a lot higher.
Yeah, it's such a stressful situation on top of it.
You gotta think about it. Divorce rate in America is over 50% already.
And so that's just standard. Yeah.
So then with that, is the finances, the divorce, mental health. Pretty much everybody with a disability has mental health and depression issues. I still go through it here and there. So it's just because you got to think about it. I tell people all the time, with me personally, a lot of people, just, it sounds bad, but a lot of people, when they have to stop something or they retire, somebody or they found out they're not good enough no more, or somebody told them they're not good enough. I never got to, or they just wanted to stop. Most people, they don't get to retire when they want, but most, that's the people that say they want to stop. I never got the opportunity to do none of those. I never got the opportunity to see if I was not good enough no more.
Yeah.
I never got the opportunity to see if I wanted to stop. And I never got the opportunity for somebody to tell me you're not good enough no more.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a struggle, because I went from where you're saying like, man, Ryan, you up here, to like, everybody's like, man, you would have did this, you would have did that. It's all assumptions now. So it's like, just that could be depressing to me. So when it's so much other stuff that other people deal with as well. So I'm really happy that we have that, and we have, retreats and things like that as well.
Not without a doubt. And like you said, man, we're going to keep supporting you over here, man. I love what you're doing, man. Because like you said, seeing it on your side, just on the individual part, is like, man, I know what that was from just my perspective of it, man. So, yeah, we like, man, keep doing that thing, because like you said, everybody has that opportunity, man.